Hello everyone, my name is the Lego Kid 2003, and today we are playing some more Genshin Impact. In the last stream, we finished off Heizo's hangout event, and we started on Kazuha's story quest. Tonight, well, not really tonight, but today we are going to be hopefully finishing off the story quest. And I accidentally activated the quest for the Golden Apple Archipelago, so if we end up getting so yeah, if we have enough time at the end of the episode, we'll start doing that. Quite a bit happened in between streams. I actually gave Xiao his first crown, so yay. And a lot of my characters, like quite a few of my characters, are built even better, so yeah, enough talking. Okay, we're good. Let's make sure everything's nice and loading correctly. Specifically on the stream interface. There we go. Much better. Okay. And also, we do have follower and subscription goals. The follow goal sees me playing Deltarune for the first time, and the sub goal sees me doing a stream in a maid outfit. So if you for some reason want me to play Deltarune in a maid outfit, make sure you fill those up at the same time. Otherwise, one will end up resolving before the other. But yeah, I already marked out the quest. So Inazuma, so we're supposed to go here. Okay. Let's go. Hey Zai! What's up? It is very good to see you in my chat once more. And I ideally hope that you're having a good day. But yeah, specifically in terms of like builds, lot of build work has gone into this guy. Actually, don't remember if I've shown you guys in the last stream, but yeah, he has over 146% crit damage. He only has like 63% crit rate, so he doesn't crit like super often. Sick build, thank you very much. But so yeah, he doesn't crit super often, but when he crits hard. So yeah. Also, I have him on Serpent Spine, which grants him crit rate, so definitely beneficial. I have him on a 4-piece Gladiator with a crit damage circlet, so I don't really have to worry that much about crit damage. So a lot of non-artifact stuff has gone into his crit rate instead, just trying to raise that up as much as possible while keeping damage high. So yeah, it's a bit of a hybrid set in terms of stars. I'll work on that eventually, but yeah, it's my dearest hope to turn this attack percent circlet into a crit damage circlet, which is going to take a while because RNG hates me. I've literally gotten a bunch of 4-star artifacts, 5-star artifacts.
Standing around. How absurd.
5-star artifacts from the other set. That's it. Yeah. Like, I've gotten 4-star artifacts, the wrong 5-star. Like, it's a whole thing. But yeah, let's continue the quest and hopefully oh boy. About to hit the water. No. Oh, thank goodness. I still haven't gotten Hazo, sadly, and it is my dearest hope that I will be able to get him this weekend, as of this going live. Because if I don't, then I literally have no other chances. And, of course, Hazel will be put into standard, but that lowers the chances. Anyway, dialogue. Oh, yeah, hitting auto.
Why here? Is there anything special about this place?
I'm not sure. But on closer examination, I sense that the aura may have lingered here at several different points in time. Show yourself! It's no use hiding anymore.
Goodness. That was the guy that attacked us last week.
Kaede Harakazua. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the same guy from before!
Indeed.
What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against Kazuha?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Ame no Meyuya that stands before us. But what if instead of facing Ame no Meyuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
I'm sharing Ether's sentiments. The blade?
Now that you mention it, it's giving
Excusez-moi?
off a strange light. Whoa! Surely you don't mean... Are you serious?
And this is Kazuo we're talking about. He's
Tatarigami
pretty
energy
serious.
often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its vicinity. The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of mind, and more recently using the sail as a means to affect,
Yuya.
or rather as a means to occupy, Ame no Meyuya's body.
So Yuya's basically being
You're sharper than I
possessed
thought.
by the sword in his
You've
hand.
already deduced the truth of the matter.
Sword jokes.
Many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition. I was his pride and joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams.
I'm gonna grab a drink real fast.
As a descendant of the Kaedehara clan, you should be able to guess our greatest regret.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations.
I've got to grab a drink before the stream started.
All he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a ship bound for Snezhnaya. He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he could not accomplish. All he needed was more time and a little faith. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, it culminated in his creation of me. He not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own. In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world, but also an irreplaceable achievement in the art of blade forging.
So, swords can become conscious and control people?
Seems
The
so.
people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects an ordinary weapon. But that gave me the opportunity to take action. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one person to the next, I controlled the minds of countless hosts along the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home. I seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power.
So Amenoma Yuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you've finished using them?
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission. When they got tired, or injured, or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
You're awful.
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Amenoma Yuya handed himself over to me on a silver platter. At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you. And by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun.
We kind of already did that, actually.
You stood against the
Long time ago.
Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come. Now, give your body over to me!
Combat. Okay, we get to demo Kazuha. Nice. Where's the attacker? Oh, here it is.
Wind Strider!
We shall rewrite history! Submit to me!
Beautiful. Swirled. Ah.
Join me and sever that divine light!
The wind knows me.
Ow. I say no.
Time to go.
And burst.
Submit to me!
Ow. Oh wait, no. Burst is done. God. Ow. Ah. You missed.
Into the wind.
And let's burst him. And there we go. Nice and fast.
Do not stand in my way, or I will strike you down too!
Dude, I just destroyed you.
No one. You've lost.
Lost? I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more. Even if you
You
defeat
sure,
me
Chico?
here, the one who falls will not
pretty
be
sure I just
me,
beat you.
but this man. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will.
They'll just smash it into pieces.
The end result is the same. I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger.
Well, that's a little rude.
Even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small setback. My consciousness shall endure. By any means necessary, and any medium available, I shall return and fulfill my destiny!
Why is it glowing brighter?
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art. But from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania and despair.
Really? You can tell all that just from his moves?
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Ishin art convey the user's thoughts and feelings. Since the blade is currently possessing Aminome Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade. If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition. You believe I am your only hope.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you? On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin art's secrets. The little that you know barely scratches the surface. In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner. Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding your time. You were trapped. After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching his collectibles.
Oh,
Only when Mr.
That's the
Nagato
thing.
witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Aminome Yuya and make your escape.
And what of it?
Well, that brings me to my second point. There's a despair in you that is so strong it threatens to overwhelm you. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. Each step you have taken has come at a great cost. I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew, and the more you wished to run from the truth. But the way I see
I
it,
like the music.
what began as an ambition
very
has
nice.
long since become a delusional fantasy.
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal.
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled
Oh yeah, I
brilliance
forgot to
of
mention that
Ishin art.
there's a third event
But to make
that
this
involves
arduous
D-Loop.
journey, you
I'm
committed
not going to be
countless
doing that on
atrocities
camera. That I'll
and
be
showed
doing
a
in my own
blatant
time.
disregard for human
Because
life.
it's literally just combat,
Even
combat,
if you were
combat.
to
There's,
sever that divine light,
from what I understand,
is
there's
this truly the
borderline
outcome
no
that your
actual
maker would have
like,
desired?
story to it. So it wouldn't really seem worth it.
Sure, you inherited the
Also, I need
secrets
to
of
enjoy
Ishin
some
art.
of this in my own
But
time.
even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do
Oh,
your
yeah.
bidding. How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
Silence, you blabbering fool. I must achieve my goal. This was his life's dream, and the very purpose for which I was brought into being. I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly. But you also underestimate my resolve.
Determination.
Should face reality.
Ah,
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection.
no, it's glowing brighter.
Certainly not your so-called reality. It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaedahara clan. If you wish to save this man, then offer me your body in exchange.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet, and I will put your strength to the test.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you. Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma Yuya from your control.
I accept.
Don't do this, Kazuha!
You're dealing with a cursed blade that can possess people.
This is the only way to save Amenoma Yuya. If we don't do this, he'll forever be the blade's puppet.
That's fair.
The cursed blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. This suggests his heart is still not completely devoid of honor. The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions. This is the reason Mr. Nagato and Amenoma Yuya fell prey to it. Since I don't have any similar kinds of obsessions, I should be able to put up some resistance for a while.
That's true.
Even so...
Even if things take a turn for the worse, I still have you both here with me.
Oh.
We have a chance here to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
It's not like I can stop you.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet because there are things I wish to learn too. Now,
Wrong with learning.
take me in your hand.
Epic pose. Oh boy.
Kazuha?
I'm okay.
Okay, we're good.
I felt a little dizzy at first, but only for a moment.
Ooh, I know that
It's all
feeling.
right. So far, this was as I expected.
Something feels off. Let me know
I
immediately.
will. Thank you.
What should we do next? Have you got a plan, Kazuha?
Or
We
did you know
find
what
some
it was?
enemies.
That's
Although
fair.
this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real fights. If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, it cannot unleash its true power. If he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it. He shouldn't last long in an intense combat situation.
Wait a minute. Paimon remembers hearing about something from the Adventurers Guild. Since the Takasukasa clan abandoned that secret base, it's been held by Ronin ever since.
That should fit the bill.
All right. Please lead the way.
I really hope that they'll mark it on the map because I actually forgot where that was.
What should we do with him?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness yet, he is not in any immediate danger.
Are we sure this is a good idea? It's a pretty treacherous journey. Okay, fine. Just be careful.
Alrighty. Go to the playtesting venue. Okay, cool. And that's up here somewheres? Okay. Gotcha. It's right up there. Gotcha. Alright, let's go wear this blade down. Alright, not to jinx it or anything, but I think we might actually be able to finish the quest off before time runs out. We might actually be able to pull it off. And we can start on the main event for this update. Also, a a little earlier today, I saw the third trailer for Subaru, and I am even more excited for 3.0. Just everything looks really, really cool. Current party levels lower than recommended. You hush. I will take your recommended party level and throw it away. I act as I wish. If Xiao is to... Oh, wait. It doesn't even matter. Our only option is to play with
Leave
Kazuha.
everything on this journey to me.
Fine. Gorgeous.
Into the wind.
Farewell. Ah, you're still alive.
To the ferry.
Go away.
What a lucky day.
Just gonna let them crowd on purpose.
As one with
And then do that.
one with nature.
Bam!
How are you feeling? You okay?
Super easy.
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very difficult to use. Though he's
Makes sense.
making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
Something else on your mind?
How strange. Rather than trying to control me, he is instead trying to match my fighting rhythm. Let's keep going.
There's just 3 energy orbs just hanging in there. That's awesome. Keep going and defeat people. Oh, there's a chest. Let me open it. Thank you very much. I honestly love this game's soundtrack. I just do.
Into the wind.
To the ferry. What a lucky day.
Right, let them crowd once again.
The wind knows me.
Damage them all at once and burst.
Adorn my night. Into the wind.
I am
Whoa.
slowly learning how to use Kazuha. It's grown
I
dimmer.
can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to wield. He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps persisting, he will likely break apart at any moment.
Well, that doesn't sound fun.
What would that do to Amano Miyuya?
I have no clue.
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up easily. He's still trying to achieve his goal.
Oh, defeating the Shogun? Do I have plans to wish for in her next rerun? Are there any? Oh,
The wind knows me. Into the wind.
Ow. Ow there.
The wind knows me.
Take damage.
As one with wind and cloud.
Farewell.
Are you okay? It looked like you were really struggling the entire fight.
Yes. And it looks like he's reached his limit.
Oh, fun.
Sheen's grown a bit dimmer again. It doesn't look anywhere near as impressive as it did at the start.
Perhaps this time we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you talking about? Huh? What the? Is this the same blade as before?
Oh my.
It looks like a piece of junk.
Threats are severe.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun.
He's an
Maybe you
Archon.
did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy.
The truth is right there in front of
I
him.
finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable power. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty, nor can I empathize with the one who made you. The only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Here they are! Take them down!
Oh boy.
Where do they keep coming from?
You shouldn't fight with this blade
Yup,
anymore.
yup. We can help this time.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll use my own blade.
Eh.
It's just more of the same.
Okay. Let's do this. Okay.
Let's get down to this.
Wait, hold up. Is he using the weapon that I think he's using? Okay, no, he's using a fillet blade. I thought he was using the Aminuma Kageuchi.
Into the wind.
But no, he's using a pirate sword,
Fine.
which makes sense given his
The wind
given the fact that he hangs around Beto a lot. And burst.
Adorn my night. Into the wind.
You fought way better with your own sword.
Indeed.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. Though we fought briefly together, you have seen me for who I really am. No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. You are the first person to know the truth. I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you, perhaps there would still be a ray of hope for me.
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain that perfect harmony that your personal blade does with you. Too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and without proper maintenance, I can only disguise my true appearance behind an outer sheen. Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it is. Perhaps I shall never reach that level of glory.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
What?
Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Plus, in the moment that I most needed it, I received aid from another power.
His dead friend's
Skill.
vision.
Blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned in the practice of Ishin art. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami. Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania and savagery. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it. It is an integral part of my consciousness.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenoma Yuya. But I do not know whether you yourself have any intention of trying to fight it. I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination you were destined never to reach. The moment you embarked on this journey, You lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. And yet there was no way for you to turn your back on his ambition. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
He gave me everything. My life, my form, my consciousness, and purpose. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him, "Do not worry. From here on, I shall forge your legacy." How could I go back on my word?
Aww.
There.
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further to say.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him some time to reflect on things.
So, yeah, sure. Talk to Kazuha.
When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as if I was
Oh, there's a
transported
chest,
to a
like, right
strange
here.
dimension. It was somewhere I've never been. A bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. His breaths were weak, and his life near its end. A newly forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final words.
Wow. That was the Blade's memory, wasn't it?
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. The Ishin art had been dealt a devastating blow by the desertion of its best smiths. He spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his actions. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard the journey. But he never wished to rival the gods.
So
All
that bit
he
was probably
wanted to
just
show was that they once
Targami.
shone brilliantly as blade and smith, that they were still worthy of being trusted.
So that's the true story. But after that, the blacksmith's intentions were worked by the Tatarigami, slowly turning his proud creation into the cursed blade of today.
Pretty much.
I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with was that of the Tatarigami. The hatred within that power is what sent the blade down its ill-fated path. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master. No one was there to correct its errors when it was losing its way.
Shame it's too late now.
Yes, it is too late. Time would not wait or stop because of his determination. While the world moved on, his ambition remained stubbornly stuck at that fleeting moment at the dawn of his journey. He seems to have calmed down, though. Let's go and check in.
Yeah, but first we have to open up that chest. Make sure I don't... Yeah, it's right here. There we go. Now just to see, how many primogems do I have right now? I have 58. So yeah, long way from wishing again.
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of my forging like it was just yesterday. I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt I owed to him for giving me the gift of consciousness. But darkness and slaughter numbed the mind. Over time, I lost sight of the difference between gratitude and grudge. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition, I also defiled it.
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Since we agreed
It's
to the
reality
terms
for ya.
of the bet, I will honor the agreement and release Ame no Mayuya. But I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. It is the entire purpose for my existence. So, may I ask you to help me fulfill the ambitions of myself and my creator?
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix, too? Jeez, don't push your luck, mister.
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release Ame no Mayuya as promised. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value to you.
His attitude has grown a lot milder.
Dude.
What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. He told me that he had wanted me to have the grandest opening battle. Alas, after that, he never rose from his sickbed again. Nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step in my never-ending journey. The next in a long line of transgressions. You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand in battle and experience a true duel between samurai.
Oh? And who would be the opponent?
I will release Ame no Mayuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you can convince him to commit to a fight with you. He must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good fight.
Understood.
point.
Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has the stamina and will to fight.
That would make a lot of sense. Ame no Mayuya finally regains consciousness. Party explains
see.
the situation.
He used my body to inflict harm on others. I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, he must still have some remaining semblance of honor. If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I am willing to put myself forward. I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
There's no need
alright.
to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to the Tenryu Commission.
And Heizo.
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your intervention.
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't stay here. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for a greater sense of ceremony.
Let's see what he's talking about. Challenge completed somehow. Well, artifacts are very much welcome. Ooh, I should mark out this time trial here. I'm basically just like going around marking out where each of the time trials are so that later on like when I'm like, okay, time to complete them all, then I'm not gonna be like, oh, where were they? I'll have already marked everything out nice and beautifully. So here, boom. Go over here. Aye, beautiful red fox.
Boring! Useless!
Fulfill the cursed blade's wish. Let's do it.
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash.
That was a much more relaxed
Yep,
occasion.
we still can't let our guard down. Even now, Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that blade hasn't told us everything. Still,
People have their
even if
secrets.
he's way past the point of redemption, it's hard not to feel a
Is he a-
teensy bit sorry for
Is he an
him.
electro law troll back
Are you
there?
ready?
That just makes me nervous.
Ready? Okay. All right then. Successor of Ishin art, Kaedahara Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma art, Amenome Yuya.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
The wind knows me.
Ow.
Into the wind. The wind knows me. That hurts.
Ow.
One with nature.
Wait, I missed?
Clouds high.
Excuse me.
Birds call.
That's not allowed.
Into the wind.
We left the AoE.
The wind knows me.
We're almost there. We're nearly there. Hey, using my skill would be a waste. You know what?
It's fine.
We're gonna finish this. Let's finish it in style. Go on.
Thank you for the experience. Although he appears battered and broken, in your hands it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance. His sense of savage cruelty has completely faded away. But that same sense of determination remains strong.
You also fought well. I'm sure he relished the experience. There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
You need not seek my forgiveness, nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf. It is too late for all of that.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone and not let them stain the legacy of Ishin art. I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a worthy successor in Kaedehara Kazuha. I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes, I too trust Mr. Kaedehara to do the right thing.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma art.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amenoma smithy.
Oh,
Maybe we can go back there together.
yeah, let's do that.
What does he want to go there for?
I am not sure, but I think that all this is about to come to an end.
At the end, a glance back. I'm sorry that I'm like reading the quest names, but first up, the goals cover them up. And second, the names just sound really cool. So you can't exactly blame me for wanting to read them out. Tuck and roll.
It's Yuya! You have returned!
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return safely.
You tell Amano Matogo about the various things that
A
happened.
prized Ishin blade. Turned weapon that controls the human mind.
Pretty much.
Considering their forging philosophy, this was indeed within the realm of possibility. This is a great pity. But I have some good news as well. Ryuji, from the Bonton Sango Detective Agency, tells me that they've found the missing Mr. Nagato.
Hey, they're not dead.
Is he okay?
Yes, badly wounded, but he will live.
Oh, thank goodness.
And now that Yuya is back, It seems like the final ending to this story is a happy one after all.
Indeed.
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
What? No way! Hasn't it learned its lesson?
I feel like
He
its
tells me that
goals
he's
are
thought of
different.
another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious. I have decided to let him do it.
Ugh. Guess there's nothing we can say to change your mind, huh?
I trust your judgment.
Thank you. I will explain my reasons later. Okay. I am ready. Let us begin. Please, stay true to your promise.
What are we gonna do? Ooh, his eyes are purple now.
It's
Whoa.
almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. If I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything. You mean...
Yes, the cost is my entire consciousness.
What? Oh, is he going to reforge the blade? Ah, okay.
There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's
Okay,
still a chance
okay.
for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands,
There we go.
it will still
smooth it out.
fulfill his wish.
Alright. See, it looks like we will be able to start the Golden Apple Archipelago quest. Nice.
For years, my real name has been forgotten by all.
I'm ashamed
ashamed to
to
utter
utter it. Yet it
it
remains
remains
strong
strong
in my mind.
Kagotsurube Ishin
Oh, that's
This
beautiful.
is now yours to keep.
Rest in
That's
peace.
so pretty. I much prefer this new one than the purpley eye one that we had at the beginning of the quest.
That's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Seems so.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It was the first time I ever heard his name. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions, and thus chose to bury this name deep within his heart. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he willing to entrust it to another.
Seems like he really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that blinded him to the path ahead. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them.
The remnants of defeated gods are nothing to scoff at. I mean, take a look at what happened to Liyue.
I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been captivated by grand aspirations. Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me, just as the sight of those who fought to repeal the Vision Hunt decree did. Your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way. After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Oh, Kazuha.
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
Thank you.
Wait, shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Oh, yeah, that does seem smart.
You're right. We need to tell him about the findings of our investigation.
Let's talk to Kamaji.
And it's also time to give him a response to the offer he made me.
Where's the closest? Okay, so I can just waypoint over here. And then, oh, there he is. Hi, Mr. Policeman.
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were
Oh,
lost.
thank you. Thank you,
Lieutenant
Navanda,
Commission has
for the
already
follow,
attended to the
and
danger
welcome
of the
to the
warehouse.
rebellion.
The investigation into Amano Mayuya should conclude
You
soon.
came at a
I do not believe he will be
somewhat
charged
alright
with any
time.
crime.
Welcome.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
And I really hope that
Then
you
we
are
needn't
having a
recount all
wonderful
the
day.
details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please take a look at this blade.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin, a weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaidahara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see. I understand.
The Kaidahara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
Very well. I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised. However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now. As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
Well, I know where the wind is taking us. It's taking us back to Mondstadt, for now. At the end, glance back, done. We got a brand new weapon, some primogems. Oh my goodness, 38,000 Mora. Goodness gracious. Alright, so now let's... See, I accidentally activated this quest, so let's start it now, since we do have the time to do it. Let's do it. Let's fulfill this quest. Oh, there's Fischl. Oh, don't tell me that's Mona. No. No. I hate.
There
I like
she
music
is!
though.
And Mona, too!
Ugh. Stuck up.
Oh,
I'm sorry for all you Mona mains watching, but I just don't like Mona. Official. I each and every day. I swear we've met her before. But whatever.
Which one is it? Retainer or attendant? Make up your mind.
I've already made up my mind
My
about you, Mona.
apologies. Main Fräulein tends to use exaggerated expressions when
I
she's
just
in
don't like
good
her.
spirits.
I don't like her one
hey,
bit.
Fischl! You were looking for us, right? Sounds like the fun started without us. What's got you in such a good mood?
Nice to see you. Nice to see Fischl again. It's been a while.
And so, So, the whisper of eternal night summons you back to my side. Splendid. What a blessed reunion. A boon from beyond the eventide. Come, partake of this joy with me, my subjects.
Traveler.
And my
Paimon,
opinion's starting to
it's
waver.
a pleasure to see you again. Main Fräulein
Still like
and I
Oz, though.
extend to you our most sincere greetings.
Paimon wants to say a proper hello too, but Paimon has no idea how to, partake.
A normal
Paimon, don't
person
hurt
in the
yourself.
situation would simply say, "Hi, traveler, how have you been?"
Perfectly fine without you.
The traveler and I are like intertwined stars in the vast galaxy. You of all people should very well know the fate foretold by this meeting.
Precisely. Lady Magistus, please refrain from such unimaginative utterances.
Lady what now?
I'll just call her pain in my rear.
Lady Magistus has long since become a citizen of the Immonokreich. She has been serving as court archmage under one's command for some time now.
That little
That's
smile.
just my surname. Don't mind that. This is so embarrassing.
Oh, please, you
You're
haven't seen
here
nothing
because
yet
Fischl
hanging around
asked
me.
Catherine to ask you to come, right? Indeed
Pretty much.
so, my archmage. Did even this appear in thy divination? Why, your powers are truly dangerous. Oh, for the love of... No, of course not. You told me yourself that you'd left a message with Catherine. Excuse me. Anyway, in my case, she practically beat the door down to get me to come along. Whatever she says, please don't be too astonished.
Don't worry. We've been around the block. You can't phase us.
Oh, faithful servants, one's homeland, the Immonokreich, which bears the darkest of all fates, draws near to this world once more. Stand with me in anticipation, for the glory of our kingdom is nigh.
Wait, what?
Even my brain is starting to decay
Indeed.
here.
Only one's most faithful envoys are fortunate enough to be privy to this great revelation. The Immonokreich is near Mondstadt.
Okay, I'm reporting this to the Knights of
No,
the
please.
Favonius.
That will be most unnecessary.
I know it sounds absurd, but there's actually something behind this, I promise.
Oh, is it
Basically,
you
what
blocking
Fischl
out my
means
wishes for characters I
Lady
want?
Magistus! Alright,
Is that what's
alright.
involved?
Honestly, look
I'm
at
not
me,
salty.
a genius astrologist forced into a juvenile role-playing game. The truth
Hate you too,
is
Mona.
that yesterday, Her Highness encountered the Spark Knight Klee outside the
Klee!
city. Both being of great fame, they recognized one another instantly and began to converse.
I like Klee.
It was already getting dark, so, in that spirit of great compassion and care for which she is known, Her Highness personally accompanied Klee back to Mondstadt. On the way, Her
I
Highness
enjoyed watching her
relayed to
mentally
Klee the
suffer.
story of her origins. Upon hearing the tragic tale of the fall of Her Highness's homeworld, the tender-hearted Spark Knight inquired, with tears welling up in her eyes.
Oh no! Is the Immonokreich really gone? Won't it grow back?
Oh, mortal!
I know that
Your
Immonokreich-
sovereign heart
that-
is touched by thy sincerity and sympathy. But nay, the Immonokreich is an
Immonokreich-
everlasting realm,
Immon-
and one day it shall make
Wow.
its reappearance.
Immonokreich
So how do we make your homeland grow
is
back
German
again?
for something, and I
Oh,
don't remember what
please
it
tell
is
me.
for the life of
Please,
me.
Please.
Since you inquire so earnestly, give unto me a tranquil haven. Promise me eternal admiration. Lend me both time and wind, and one shall revive
Oh.
one's homeworld.
Yeah, I know that like a lot of the stuff that official references is German.
In short,
In terms of
Klee
like the
gave
translations
Fischl
of
an
all of
island
it,
to
I
serve as the
don't
promised land
know.
where the Immonokreich will appear.
I just
I didn't believe it either
recognize
at
the
first, but when I saw
phonetics
this
of. I just recognize the the phonetics. I cannot translate to save my life. Esteemed Princessin of the Imernock Reich, I am a witch who travels amidst the mountains and rivers of Teyvat. I write to you, having heard from my young daughter that your kingdom has fallen and that you are searching for a way to restore it. Amid the seas under a far-flung sky, may the Golden Apple Archipelago be found. If this masterless land can assist in the restoration of your highness's realms, that would be most wonderful. This is probably a letter from Alice,
Providence has
who we
gifted
haven't
Main
seen
Fräulein
in
with
game
an
thus
excellent
far.
opportunity. Esteemed traveler, as Main Fräulein's cherished retainer, you deserve to bear witness to this grand moment with us.
This island looks kind of familiar.
Traveler, curtail thy umming and awing at once. The throne of the Imernock Reich calls for me. Come, be my blade. Clear the way and witness what is to come.
Sure.
I
That should be
think
interesting.
she just wants to invite you along to the island with her. That
I
being
dearly hope you
said,
don't come,
I have
Mona.
a feeling that I'll be better off not performing any divination where that island's concerned.
She's coming with us.
Why not?
Why? Why must I be tortured with her
Please
presence?
is involved in this, which means her mother is probably involved, which means that old hag is involved. Thanks, but no thanks.
Hello. How's work? One of the reasons I want to go outside much, especially here.
You who have
So
traveled
one of
to
the
the
reasons
farthest
why I don't
reaches
like
of
going
the world,
outside all that much,
fathom
especially
the
here,
celestial
'cause
path
it
of
can get
stardust in
so
the palm of your
hot
hand, and witness
at the most
raindrops converge and
inconvenient
become
moments.
one with the undercurrent of destiny. You, yes, you.
Must chart the course that leads the way to the land promised to Main Fräulein by fate.
Oh, Fischl doesn't know the way there. Since thou
Oh
askest
goodness,
for
now
our help,
Taiwan's doing it.
Paimon can telleth you that we are good friends with the Spark Knight Klee, the Guides of Destiny.
Paimon, seriously?
Come on, just play along.
Don't wanna. I already stumble over my words speaking modern English.
Behold,
Y'all agree with
the
that
watcher,
ourselves.
the guide, the weaver of dreams, the traveler.
Excellent, most excellent.
I love playing this game. Gotta make Bea's Monsters watches on as this spectacle continues for another half hour.
To sum up, traveler, since you say you know the way, we'll let you
Oh
take
my.
us to the island. I mean, the promised land. Oh, good, fine, done.
All I need to
But
do is
right
special.
now, Lady Magistus
Don't like
needs
that.
to go home to pack her things and catch up on some sleep. Your Highness, your other distinguished selves, let's meet at the city gate at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Very
Sure.
well. Then it is settled. One blesses you with an undisturbed slumber, Lady Magistus. You too, traveler.
I don't
Main
sleep.
Fräulein means to say, good night. See you all tomorrow.
About darn time. Good night.
Paimon seems angry. Oh, I find much entertainment in that.
Paimon's exhausted. You all have proper rules. How come Paimon has to be a clock on the wall in the royal palace? Cuckoo! It's 12 o'clock sharp in the Imernachtreich.
Paimon's the one that started it, so it's not our
Anyway,
fault.
since those islands are a pretty mind-blowing place, why don't we get some people with mind-boggling ideas to help us out? Kaya's mind works in mysterious ways. But no one in Mondstadt has ideas that boggle the mind quite like
Official?
a certain somebody who's definitely going to be in the tavern at this hour. Come on, let's go rope him into helping us.
Oh, my favorite Archon. Okay. Let's go say hi to Venti. And to the angel share. Should be close by, right? Yep. It's very close. Oh, there's no music. Oh. Whatever. It's fine. There is anything. Goodness, I guess I'll turn around. I have not been here in forever.
Anything the knights can do for you?
Enter tab. And it's a cutscene.
We're here! Tone Deaf Bard! Uh-huh.
Oh. It's Kazuha and Sinyan.
What are they doing in Mondstadt?
That's what I'm curious about.
Well, look at that. You're really here. Come on, take a seat and join our delightful conversation.
Wow, Traveler, Paimon! Speak of the devil, we were literally just talking about you.
Hello.
Truly a curious coincidence.
We just saw him.
Kazuha? Shinyan? What are you doing here in a Mondstadt tavern?
Totally not that long.
And how'd you end up having to share a table with the Tone Deaf Bard?
Tone Deaf Bard? Now that's a fun stage name. It seems like you're a pretty well-known
Sinyan's a
singer,
lot of fun.
fella.
Though sadly not a rock and roll singer, or we could perform a duet. So, you all know
Oh,
each
goodness,
other.
perish the thought.
My newfound friends are my old friends' friends from afar. How fantastic.
How many times did you see your friends
This
in that
is a
sentence?
rare opportunity indeed. Oh, we should form a poetry club and call it, the Free Poet Society, or something like that.
I feel like that's a reference.
Yeah, I felt like getting out and finding some new inspiration for my songwriting. Kazuha felt like going on a trip too, so we figured we'd travel
Kazuha?
together. Last month, Beto held a big booze-filled party called the Drink Till You Sink Championship, and she put me in charge of the music. And that's where I met Kazuha.
Although Shinyen can come across as unruly at times, her musical understanding is highly nuanced and original. Safe to say, our shared appreciation for music struck a chord in us both.
So
You
the one
can
who
say
has
that
jokes.
again. In Kazuha's hands, even a leaf becomes an instrument. That makes him an expert among my friends. Starting from Liyue, we passed through Stone Gate and kept going till we came into Mondstadt. Then along the way, we saw this really awesome manor. It was something else.
Oh, yeah! We know the one! Our friend owns that place.
We still have
Really?
a little more time
Y'all
to
sure have a
go,
lot of
but-
friends. Well,
this
whoever it
stream's
is that
typically
lives in
lasts
that
like 2
fine
hours,
place must be
so-
really loving life, huh?
Like, 47
Yes,
minutes.
so.
Similar souls tend to attract each other. Traveler and Paimon, you must
could
have
end it a little
exceptional
early.
taste, just like that friend of yours.
Wow, you're too nice!
That's fair.
Unlike some people who only ever
new
seem to poke
episodes.
fun at Paimon. Ahem.
By the way, do you know anything about the Iridescence tour? It's supposed to be huge. Rumor has it that all 7 nations of Teyvat are gonna be involved. Well, so far it's mostly just empty promises. Anyway, it's supposed to be a music festival. The organizer really did a number on me last time. They canceled on me. But I hear that they're still active. I'd love to give the festival another shot. But wouldn't you know it? The plans fell through again. How can they mess up this bad twice in a row?
I don't really know.
Music is all about inspiration. Maybe the organizers canceled the show because theirs dried up. But fear not, weary travelers, for your journey was not in vain. It has, after all, brought you here, to me, to the Temple of Music.
Your Temple of Music must have more than just good tunes. You're a bard, ain't you? A song's gotta have a good story or it doesn't make the cut, right?
Exactly. Ah, you understand the meaning of being a bard so well. To express my gratitude, I will even share one of these stories with you.
Oh, you're a funny fella. Are all bards like you?
I've met many bards during my travels, but none of them are as entertaining as you.
I'm sure it all comes down to the richness of my imagination and, by extension, the poverty of theirs. And on that note, here is a fantastical tale that is sure to delight you all. Legends tell of an emerald isle in the middle of the ocean. There, the Dodo King and his people live a blissful existence. When a Dodoko is born, it dives into the water. Some learn to swim. Others are carried away by the waves, all the way to Mondstadt, where they befriend the children there. One Dodoko made a new friend in Mondstadt, the little Spark Knight. But the Dodo King did not approve. He demanded that the little knight come to the island and prove herself to him. So the little knight, together with her most important friend in the world, braved the wind and waves, finally reaching the middle of the ocean. But Dodo King was not there. Dodo King had lied. There was no trial by fire or interrogation. The little knight's mother, who was a mage, had built an entire summer city there as a gift to her daughter, along with this message. Summer is the season of love. It is the time for freedom and fun. So everyone, please sing, dance, and enjoy yourselves here. The end.
Looks like you drew a slight crowd. Strange, I was just about to ask about the island.
How interesting. I now have the urge to visit that island myself. This is the thing about traveling. You can't plan ahead. Better to leave when the mood takes you and go where the heart leads.
I'm glad you liked it. Well, there's wine on the table, and I have stories to tell. Seems like fate is feeling kind today.
Here's to music. Come on, traveler.
Don't worry, if you don't like wine, there's juice as well.
In that case, I'll have a glass of juice. This one. I like the color.
Oh no! Kazuha!
Uh-oh. This fella's drunk. But, wasn't he drinking fruit juice?
That's my thought process as well.
More.
Yeah, this is why I'm never drinking.
More, please.
Oops, I think I accidentally placed some fruity cocktails out there. My bad.
Seriously?
Anyway, guess it's time to talk about business after all that drinking. You came here because you need my help, I presume?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. We didn't come here to drink.
Sadly, I'm gonna have to leave y'all on a cliffhanger. We'll continue this another time. There we go. There's the settings. There we go. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this somewhat more relaxed stream, and you are on the YouTube side of things, then please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and as always, stay awesome. And if you're one of the lovely people who decided to take time out of your day, afternoon, or evening, then please be sure to drop a follow and a subscription if you have not done so already. And as always, long live the rebellion.